Hello everyone and welcome to Virgo's reading. This is for the sign of Virgo, any planetary placement, or for any cross-watcher who wants to see what Virgo is doing to unify us in achieving our highest vibration. Let's have a look, shall we? I'm going to be, as I have been doing with the other reads this week, doing the above for the crowning and the crowning and the outcome. And I'm being called to use a couple of different cards today, so let's have a look at what's occurring. I think I'm going to use my Moon and Stars Tarot deck. I do like this deck. I haven't used it in a while, and it usually gives some quite clear messages. So let's have a go. Hoping you're all well. Let's see what. Oh, here we go. Let's see. It said, and we've got the Two of Pentacles as the overarching. What's crowning this read? What is Virgo doing for us in the light? That's bringing all of the energy in as a collective. Okay, and we've got the outcome of the Page of Cups here, and we've got the Nine of Swords in reverse as well. Interesting set of cards so far. So the Two of Pentacles is like making a. To me, it's like balancing a decision, making a decision in your life, something that's affecting both in spirit and down on earth, in your environment, and trying to discern what's the best course of action to take, right? There's some sort of passionate decision, right? Wow, here we go. A passionate decision, and we've got the Page of Wands. We've got the Two of Wands, we've got the Two of Cups, and we've got the Star come out. Right, this is beautiful. So the Page of Wands here, it's like that passionate start of a new idea, and we've got the keyword here, invention. So there could be some sort of new creation that you are going through at the moment. So we've gone from the 1 to the 2 as well. Planning, so you're going from this decision that you're making of balancing how you can take something from spirit and put it down into your reality. And to do that, you need to use that invention, that passion to create. And then moving from there, we've got the planning. It's allowing it's taking that above energy, from spirit, from the mind, and sending it down towards earth, while actually physically doing the work that's required down in your environment, in your earth, in your reality, to actually start to make that happen. And what that's going to come into is the Two of Cups. So it's saying here relationships, so it might be that, especially as the weather is starting to change now, at least where I am, it may be that you're starting to feel like you want to spread your horizons and get into a new relationship. It could be that you're actually aligning with your heart in any sort of action that you're partaking in this at the moment. It might be that you're creating a new job. You have this new creative endeavor that you're trying to go for. You're trying to change something within your environment that actually aligns with your heart. And this leads to the outcome here in this level of energy of the Star, which is inspired action. This is a really nice and very, very logical way of progression. So we've got 222 here. That might be a number that you're seeing. And yeah, so looking a bit at it, we've got Saturn energy just here as well, and I believe that we've got Saturn coming into a conjunction in the next couple of days, if I'm not right. I haven't done my astrology reads for a little while, so I can't remember exactly, but definitely check out what's happening at the moment with Saturn. Saturn and the Moon, there may be some sort of conjunction or significant aspect. Yeah, this looks like, though, you're on the right path to what you are wanting for yourself. It's initiation, and then the planning of it. It's weird because it's usually, like, invention comes from that passion. Yeah, it comes from that initiation, that wonder. Okay, but planning in the suit of wands is like, some people find that that planning can be quite a daunting task, right? And it actually takes quite a lot of air energy to do this planning. But it's still the same energy. It's still the same passionate energy moving from this invention to this planning stage, right? And it can be that the relationship that's between these two are aligning to bring out that inspiration. So you've got the idea, and then you're starting to put this idea into play, seeing how it can tangibly happen in your world, and that is bringing you closer to how you are interacting with your world around you. Okay, and it's very inspiring because it's like you may have understood something that you couldn't see before, and yet you were trying to grasp. Okay, I'm going to use the rider deck for the one below. I had a feeling there was a reason why I was picking 3 of these. Let's see what is supporting these 4 cards here. Okay, and we've got another 4 cards come out. So we have the 9 of Cups, we have the Knight of Pentacles, we have the 10 of Swords, and we have the 4 of Pentacles. Okay. So this new creation, this energy is coming from a place of you yourself. It's not a collaborated. It doesn't come from a place of collaboration. This is all you, right? And it's like you're trying to you've been able to regain your own mental clarity, your own emotional clarity, by being in this singular emotional perspective. It's looking at what you feel, what you want, right? And because you may have gone inside of yourself in the last couple of weeks, maybe last couple of months, and found your own truths, you're actually reconnecting back with spirit. So this is starting that fire again, right? And this Knight of Pentacles here. Now, the Knight of Pentacles is it's a very solid, relatively slow-moving energy, but it is, one of the court cards, and it usually comes from the order of the divine, or the divine masculine and feminine, right? Or the masculine and feminine within yourself. So it's like the kings and queens don't rush to make movements. Everything they have to do has to stand the test of time, and that's really good. Like, not rushing into this planning or through this planning process. If I saw the Knight of Swords here, I'd say that you might be overwhelmed with your thoughts. You may be rushing through the planning phase, but this is really nice in the way that it's very, very stable planning. Okay, and this 10 of Swords here, it like that's being stabbed in the back and coming out from underneath this relationship. This may have been the catalyst that had happened, right? That's enabled you to get inside yourself and be in terms with yourself. You may have gotten over this. I mean, I'm picking up something else here as well. It's almost like It's almost like you've become single in a way. Maybe you had to go inside of yourself. You had to look at yourself and decide that a situation didn't suit you anymore, right? Which is bringing in new ideas, and then the sitting with your own energy and like reflecting on your reality has actually shown how the actual sequence of things within the relationship that you were in actually was really, it had really led to this Ten of Swords, that you were stabbed in the back, right? And knowing the cause and sequences that had put you in a position where your back could have been stabbed, where you could have been betrayed, has actually brought about a revelation. It's like, because you've had that, and because you've taken that time to look within yourself and your emotion, to be able to see what it was that did it. Therefore, it brings you into that stable, that self-stability, that part of yourself that is stable, that allows you to know how to avoid this in the future. And you may have understood where your boundaries are these days. Like, you may have understood, actually, I gave up a bit of myself, a bit too much of myself, towards a connection that ultimately ended in me either betraying myself or being betrayed, or, yeah. It's like, because you didn't create your boundaries here, or you didn't reinforce your boundaries, that boundary has been put right through your back. You were the one that sacrificed for this connection. And we're getting a lot of pentacles here, which is nice, because, Virgo, you are Earth, right? And if anything, Virgo is the sign that I say always, that mostly checks themselves. The Virgo is their own worst enemy, as you could say that about everybody, but they're their own worst critic. And if they do something, then they always ask themselves, "Oh, how could I do that better?" Or "What did I do wrong?" So coming through this is a massive, massive, massive leap for you. And it's creating that stable. It's like your emotional foundation, your physical foundation, your heart, and your mind are all stable and in alignment. I really like this. Now, as the outcome, we've got a Page of Cups here. So this could be like, with all of this and how this is transpired, it could be leading you to understanding that this reality that you've been living for however long you've been living it might be cycle after cycle after cycle over years, you can start to float away with the imagination of actually that thing that you really wish that you had inside of you, that emotional feeling, that emotional want and outcome that you knew existed because it had lived within you, that you've been wanting since childhood, really, or since you started to be able to feel these feelings in relations, right, is actually possible now, because you've understood what it is that has allowed you to betray yourself or be betrayed, right? And you're in that balanced energy because you've managed to be singular in your own thoughts and pull back your energy there and take your time with it as well, right? And this does, to me, this is like, yeah, pigs do fly. Pigs can fly. There is a circumstance where it can. And that which you thought was but a fairy tale and a dream actually does exist. It's just only understanding the cycles and the sequences, that the core sequences that led us down the wrong path. And this is good, because this is going to start taking us, or taking you, should I say, out of a time of the Nine of Swords. It's like you're no longer going to be stuck inside your head late at night, not being able to sleep, having nightmares. This doesn't even mean necessarily in the night. This could be in the day. You might have been ruminating on what you have done wrong within a relationship, only to find that what you have done wrong within a relationship was not actually be true to yourself and be honest to yourself and love yourself and listen to your intuition, right? Because Virgos, they are the mother energy in a way. They are mother nature. They are earth. They are material. Okay, this is really, really nice for you, and I hope that you remember whatever you've been through recently, and you can forgive yourself. And in order to, by forgiving yourself, you're able to forgive anybody else, understanding that the process, the 1, 2, 3 of blame is, at first you blame someone else, and then you blame yourself, and then once you've passed those two, you understand that there's no blame, it doesn't lie with anybody, right? That way you can actually move on, take the lessons you got from it without feeling that pain, right? No longer suffering from the betrayal, right? Which then allows you to keep into this Page of Cups, this youthful energy of love, this exploring of love, this moving into your ideal of what love is, right? But it's important, and I need to reflect on this, because the Knight of Pentacles here with this planning, right, is suggesting that, okay, you've understood the cycles now. Now, just because you can be all kind of airy fairy in the realization that you have this new that which you know inside of you can be true. Right, it's not rushing into it. It's not. You still have to remain grounded to an extent. It's taking your time so that you don't fall back into these patterns again. So that it's letting go of those cycles, remaining in this this singular energy, this singular emotional energy, listening to yourself and just taking your time for it, because it's solid, whatever you're building, and that prevents this betrayal and keeps you nice and balanced. Yeah, it makes sense to me. I can't get my words out today, but I love this for you. Enjoy.